Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to felony first appearance hearings. I am Judge Mindy Glazer. I will be presiding today. The video for first appearance hearings has been played to all defendants. I need everybody to please stand up, raise your right hand, and be sworn in by our clerk. All right. All right, so raise your right hand.
Buenas tardes, todos pie, levanten sus manos derechas para ser juramentados.
Do you swear from testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir?
Juran solemnemente que el testimonio que van a rendir será la verdad y únicamente la verdad. Si acaso es cierto, digan que sí.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Gracias. Por favor, todos tomen asiento.
Sir, interpreter, raise your right hand. Do you swear that you will work paper interpreter from Eastern Spanish English? The question asks, answers given the best your ability, has such ability, say I do.
Yes, and I have such ability. David Martin, certified court interpreter. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good afternoon to everyone in court.
Good afternoon. Let's begin. Can the attorneys announce for the record, please state?
Nessa F on behalf of the state.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I can't hear you, Ms. Court.
Rebecca Corey, Assistant Public Defender. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. On the Anthony Owen, he's on Zoom regarding his child support writ from St. Lucie County. Ms. Corey, have you heard back?
No, Judge, I reached out to the Department of Revenue. I've not heard back yet. Can we reset him for tomorrow?
Sure. We'll reset your case for tomorrow and see if we'll agree to let you post $100 cash purge. Okay.
Okay, if they come with the cash purge, what they do, they send it to TGK under what?
Go to TGK to pay it if they come, but wait to see tomorrow if they agree to it. Okay.
Oh, wait till tomorrow, tell them to pay it.
No, wait to see if St. Lucie County will take that amount of money for you to get out of jail.
Okay.
Mr. Owen, did you speak to your aunt since you definitely pay that?
Yes, I talked to them. I called my boss, the lady who hired me. She's willing to do it. I just have to pay her back because she said I can work as soon as I get out.
Ms. Coy, what was the total amount that he owes?
1,500.
Okay, so if he pays that whole amount, he can get out, but if not, then I guess you'll work out some kind of agreement or try to.
No, she was gonna pay. She lent me $100, and she said the day I get out, I can just start working immediately, and I can just pay it back.
Right.
So that's why I was just hoping that would happen. They can grant me that because I can start tomorrow.
Okay. I'll send her back tomorrow or today, later on today for the Department of Revenue. Okay, they haven't responded yet.
All right, let's go. Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow. First case, Elijah Blanks. Good afternoon. Now we're arrested for third or subsequent violation. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. She's from New York, so.
I only see one withhold
So
from
here,
2019.
right, but here, I think the statute is a little bit different. Let me see if I can get the language on it. Because I don't think you need a conviction. It needs to be with a prior arrest.
It's an open case for prostitution. Except a new one.
Let's say. So it says, hold on. I'll show you, Judge. All right. So it talks about a violation of the subsection, not necessarily a conviction.
Which is otherwise they accuse somebody multiple times.
This is probable
Up
engaging in prostitution. It's probable cause for the misdemeanor. All right. It's you got a place. How long have you been living in Miami?
2 years, 2.5 years.
How come you don't change your address on your your driver's license after you moved within 30 days?
I didn't move.
They have a permanent address.
It looks like a Florida driver's license, Judge. Yes. Arrest form.
Pretrial services. Alternate bond is $500. Have a nice day. Yoselin Gonzalez, page 1, is next. Well, I guess they were busy yesterday on 22nd Avenue.
Spanish for Ms. Gonzalez, please.
Good afternoon, ma'am. You are arrested for prostitution, third or subsequent violation. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Señora, buenas tardes. Usted se le acusó y le arrestó de prostitución y se alega que es por lo menos la tercera o subsecuente quebrantamiento. Su señoría le está designando el bufete de abogados de oficio para que le represente.
She has a conviction for prostitution. Second violation.
Well, she has one from F248301. For her, there's probable cause.
La fiscal adjunta, la doctora Nazaf, indica que usted por lo menos tiene una condena y su señoría está de acuerdo. Y él estaba mirando una del 2024, así que determinó que hay motivo fundado ante dicha acusación.
So he pretrial services alternate cause. $2,500. Have a nice day.
Su señoría le está concediendo el servicio de intervención previa a juicio, de lo contrario paga la fianza alterna. Señora, pase buen día.
Next case is Shakia Barr.
She refused, Your Honor.
The court found PC this morning.
Okay, we set it for tomorrow. Angelina Jackson, page 1. Good afternoon. Is the victim here?
I was told he was logging in, Judge. If anyone's here for Ms. Jackson's case, can you please raise your hand?
We're looking for. I don't see anybody. I'll pass it and give him another call. Oh,
Yes, I just called him a few minutes ago to confirm the time for him, so he's gonna log in. Hopefully he'll be soon.
pass it a moment to see if we can. That's for both cases. Jamia Burks.
She refused.
Second refusal, if we can reset it one more time.
Ms. Baez, we here for the ladies for the prostitution?
No, she's here for the next defendant, Mr. Mills.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon, Officer Mr. Burks. Ms. Burks isn't here. What'd you say? She refused?
Burke refused.
Yes.
We set it for tomorrow. Now we have Eddie Mills. Good afternoon, Mr. Mills.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jeanette Guys on behalf of the state.
He was on house arrest, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Mills, that you're arrested, it's his added charge. It's actually from November 1st of 2024. The charge is human trafficking and deriving support from the proceeds of prostitution, directing another to a place of prostitution, and renting a space for use of prostitution. So I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So Ms. Byers, what would you like to say?
Yes, Your Honor. This defendant is actually on probation as well for F17-4633A, where he signed a plea agreement for the similar charges. However, it was a human trafficking of a minor.
When was that from?
F17.
I think I think you may be wrong. One moment.
I don't see that case on his priors.
1 second, Your Honor. I'll open up if you would like. Also, the plea agreement.
So before the court, I believe, is Mr. Mills, correct?
This is Eddie Mills. Is that who you're here for?
Mr. Mills, I think he's referring to somebody else.
I apologize, Your Honor. I thought we were addressing Mr. Brown. Okay, I am also here for Mr. Mills. I'm covering for ASA Chavez.
Okay, what you want to say regarding Mr. Mills?
Your Honor, the state would request that Your Honor find probable cause for the human trafficking charges for which he was arrested last night. F25-7701.
Let me take a look at this. Ms. Corey, did you care to make any argument?
No, Judge.
Sir, I'm going to order that you stay away from the alleged victim whose initials are FM. No contact with that alleged victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties, and you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school and place of employment at all times. So I'm going to find probable cause for the charges. Count one, human trafficking is a first-degree felony. And the state filed a motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing. So it's going to be no bond, and you're going to have to see your judge tomorrow on the state's motion for pretrial detention. They'll set a final hearing. Count two, deriving support from the proceeds of prostitution is $7,500, since that's a second-degree felony. Count three, directing another to a place of prostitution is a second-degree misdemeanor. That's going to be $150 bond. And count four, probable cause for renting a space for prostitution, that's $500. All right, you want a Nebbia? There's a reserve ruling on Nebbia because he has no bond. So no Nebbia, reserve ruling. Anything?
Your Honor,
Yes.
sorry, the state would still request that because even if after the judge makes a finding that there is a bond or that there's a bondable offense, we would still want the Nebbia requirement. And sometimes what we've seen is if Your Honor doesn't check off or agree to the Nebbia requirement, then in division they don't.
Even if I say reserve ruling, okay. So it'll be in that plus a Nebbia requirement as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Any,
so he was on house arrest?
is he on house arrest?
He was on house arrest on F-22-1083.
4383. There should be a hold for the judge just so we can see that judge tomorrow. F-22-4383.
F-22-16083.
Oh, F-22-10683. What about this? Oh, okay.
Was probation was terminated.
Oh, okay. It's Angus Peoples, page 3. Hi, Mr. Peoples. Good afternoon. You were arrested for prostitution or subsequent violation. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
I only see one prior.
Right.
Conviction for prostitution, second violation. M
Okay.
16-36573.
So that's the second violation.
So this would make a third.
Okay, there's probable cause for the charge. Pretrial services, alternate bond, $2,500. Have a nice day. Next case is Alexander Brown. I think Ms. Baez is here for him.
He's at jail arraignment.
Oh, he's not here yet. We have to pass him. He's in jail arraignment. It'll be a few minutes. Gonzalez, page 4.
He's in jail arraignment, Judge, if we can pass him.
Frankie,
You called Mr. We passed Mr. Brown, correct? Now you're calling Gonzalez.
I called Mr. Gonzalez. They asked me to pass him. Is he here?
I'm sorry, no, he is here. No, we're passing Mr. Brown. Gonzalez is here.
Oh, pardon me. Hi, Mr. Gonzalez. You speak.
How you doing, this?
Hey, sir, you got arrested for possession of cocaine. I will appoint the public defense office for you. There's probable cause for the charge. Will pretrial taken?
Yeah.
Pretrial services alternate bond, $2,500. Have a nice day, sir. Next, Frankie Lopez, page 4.
He's on felony bond on 2 cases.
Hold for F 23-23835, F 25-2979. Good afternoon, Mr. Lopez. You were arrested for possession with intent to sell a controlled substance within 1,000 feet of a church or convenience store while armed, which is a first-degree life felony, and then attempted tampering with physical evidence and possession of cannabis. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. You're also out on felony bond. There's a whole queue to see your judge for your 2 open cases. So public defender's office is appointed. Any argument you have, Ms. Cordy, or no?
Yes, Judge, there's no probable cause for 1,000 feet and also being armed. It looks like at best possession with intent. No probable cause for count 2, tampering with physical evidence. They're just indicating that he dropped the paper bags to the ground and not that he attempted to tamper with them and destroy them in any way.
Okay, I agree. I think you're right.
And the only thing is, it talks about a business, but it doesn't say what kind of business it is.
All right, so count 1, possession with intent to sell cocaine is $7,500. Count 2, you want $1 on that or no? Yes,
Got
$1 on count 2. Count 3, possession of cannabis. You want $1 on that? Okay. I can't hear you. I'm
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How about now? You can hear me now? $1 on count 3. Yes, please.
sorry. Thank you. You'll see your judge tomorrow. Have a nice day. Next is Andres Rodriguez del Toro. Good afternoon, sir.
Spanish interpreter, please.
The police officer here, our detective. Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for 3 cases. The first one is burglary with an assault or battery, burglary. Is the interpreter?
Yes, Your Honor, he does.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for 3 cases.
Buenas tardes, señor. Usted cayó preso por 3 casos distintos.
The charges are burglary with an assault or battery, burglary,
Allanamiento con agresión o agresión corporal,
burglary to an unoccupied dwelling,
allanamiento a una vivienda desocupada,
aggravated stalking in violation of a court order,
y acoso con agravantes con el quebrantamiento de una orden de un tribunal.
possession of cocaine and possession of methamphetamine,
Se le acusa de posesión de cocaína y posesión de metanfetamina.
criminal mischief.
Se le acusa de fechoría de índole delictiva.
We'll do this case first and the other cases, so
Y entonces estos casos van junto con los casos previos. Así es que
office is appointed for you for all the cases.
su señoría te está designando el bufete de abogados de oficio para todos los casos.
Which case are we doing first, Your Honor?
F-25-7709.
Thank you. And he's on felony bond.
Okay, he also has a hold to see his judge tomorrow for his open felony case.
Que su señoría primero va a repasar el caso de delito mayor de este año, numerado 7709, y además de eso los carceleros le están indicando que usted tiene una orden de retención porque estaba fuera bajo fianza y va a ver a su juez de delitos mayores mañana.
Captain Ruiz, are you here for this case?
Me están preguntando al detective Ruiz si él está aquí presente.
morning,
para
Your
este caso.
No, I'm not here for this specific case. However, the reason why I showed up today, I wanted to see one if we could request. I wasn't sure that he was on felony bond, but we want to request to see one if we could do no bond, and 2, if possible, Your Honor, if we could put him on ankle monitor. We have an open case on him that we're dropping the arrest for him tomorrow. I don't want to get too far into details because it's someone that he's really close to. But there's going to be more charges coming in tomorrow. But we kind of want to take him out of the equation because he was one of the subjects that we're supposed to take in tomorrow.
El detective Ruiz no está en sí directamente involucrado con el caso suyo. Sin embargo, él se presentó hoy porque quería ver si su señoría le denegaba fianza y si no le denegaba fianza que lo pusiesen a usted bajo tobillera electrónica y que mañana iban a presentar un nuevo informe de arresto en contra suyo y que no quieren decir mucho más porque parece que es alguien que está muy allegado a usted.
So he does have a hold to see the division judge tomorrow.
Y su señoría está informando al detective Ruiz y a los demás que usted tiene orden de retención hasta que vea a su juez mañana.
And Your Honor, sorry, is there any way that we could be granted that the ankle monitor for tomorrow? Again, the other person, I don't know if they're close to. I don't want to assume anything, but I know we have charges on him.
You know,
Una vez más, el detective está pidiendo a su señoría que si lo deje salir con la tobillera electrónica porque no sabe bien cuán allegado usted está a la otra persona.
he's being held with no bond. So I don't put on an electronic monitor on somebody being held with no bond.
Okay, no problem, Your Honor.
Bueno, él ahora mismo no tiene fianza, así que su señoría no le va a imponer una tobillera electrónica cuando una persona que no tiene fianza.
I'm reviewing the arrest affidavit for probable cause since whoever wrote it wasn't kind enough to break it into paragraphs. It's all one continuous paragraph.
Su señoría está repasando el informe de arresto porque la persona que escribió el informe de arresto no se molestó en dividir o subdividirlo en párrafos. Es solo un párrafo largo.
Okay, so for the case from yesterday, this case F257709, sir, you are ordered to, I'm going to order for all the cases, stay away from the alleged victim whose initials are LD.
Señor, para el caso que ella está repasando ahora, el caso delito mayor de este año, que numera 7709, y para todos los casos, su señoría le está imponiendo a usted una orden de alejamiento de la supuesta víctima, cuyos iniciales son LD de Daniel.
No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties.
No puede tener contacto con la víctima ni directamente, ni indirectamente, ni en persona, ni por escrito, ni por teléfono, ni a través de terceras personas.
And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school, and place of employment at all times.
Y además usted tiene que permanecer a todo el tiempo dado mínimo 500 pies de distancia de la víctima, del hogar o la residencia donde la víctima viva, del lugar de empleo y la escuela donde la víctima vaya.
Engage in any criminal activity, do not use or possess illegal drugs.
No puede involucrarse en conducta delictiva ni puede poseer narcóticos ilícitos.
Do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition.
No puede usar, portar o comprar arma de fuego, municiones o arma blanca.
And you must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and follow receipt with the court.
Y si acaso usted tiene arma de fuego o municiones o licencias de portar arma oculta, las tienes que entregar al destacamento o comisaría policial que más cerca te quede y presentar los recibos o el recibo con los escribanos.
You understand the stay away order, sir? You're not to have any contact with the victim.
Señor, usted entendió la orden de alejamiento. Usted no puede tener contacto con la víctima. Señor,
Understand.
Oh, thank you.
gracias.
Count one, there's probably, did you file a motion here or no?
The birthday, yes.
The state filed a motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing regarding the burglary with an assault or battery charge.
Bueno, la fiscalía presentó una petición para retenerlo sin derecho a fianza hasta que hay una vista debido a la acusación que tiene de allanamiento con agresión corporal y o agresión.
All right, since there's probable cause for burglary with an assault or battery, I'm going to grant the state's motion for pretrial detention and hold you with no bond on count one.
Y como su señoría ha determinado que hay motivo fundado de dicha acusación, le está concediendo la petición que le hizo la fiscalía, así que usted en esa acusación no tiene derecho a fianza hasta que tenga la vista.
Count two, there is probable cause for burglary to an unoccupied dwelling. That bond is $7,500.
La acusación número 2, su señoría determinó que hay motivo fundado ante la acusación de allanamiento de una vivienda o residencia desocupada. Eso es $7,500.
Count three, the violation of aggravated stalking and violation of a court order. I didn't see that. Any mention of it in here?
Señoría, sin embargo, ante la tercera acusación, donde hay un quebrantamiento de una orden de parte del tribunal y se alega que usted tenía acoso con agravantes,
The first sentence.
la fiscal adjunta dice que está en la misma primera oración.
Order protection. Okay, there is probable cause for count one then. Thank you.
Entonces, sí hay motivo fundado ante la primera acusación. Gracias.
I think there's probable cause for what is it? Is it aggravated stalking or violation of a court order?
¿Y cuál de las dos es? ¿Es acoso con agravantes o quebrantamiento de la orden del tribunal?
It's like
So the
violation of a
PST
domestic
for-
violence injunction.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Violation of a domestic violence injunction, misdemeanor.
Su abogado de oficio está indicando que eso es un quebrantamiento de un interdicto de violencia doméstica.
I think there's PC on both.
La doctora Nas dice que ella cree que hay motivo fundado en ambos.
So count three, there is probable cause for violation of an injunction that is $1,000 bond.
1,000, Your Honor?
1,000.
Ok. Su señoría ha determinado que hay motivo fundado ante la acusación número 3. Esa fianza son $1,000.
Count four, there's no probable cause for possession of a controlled substance.
I'm okay with $1 each, Judge.
Su señoría halla que no hay motivo fundado en la acusación número 4. Su abogado está indicando que le imponga $1 por cada una.
Just I want to be clear, since the detective's listening, that it just says controlled substance and it identifies the type of controlled substances.
Y quiero ser clara, ya que el detective está escuchando. Como dice sustancia controlada, no dice qué tipo de sustancia.
Count four, $1, count five will be $1.
Y la acusación número 5, al igual, solo va a ser $1.
Count six, there is probable cause for criminal mischief.
Número 6, su señoría determina que hay motivo fundado ante la acusación de fechoría de índole delictiva
That bond will be $1,000.
y esa fianza será por el monto de $1,000.
So that's one case. Now we got to go to the next case. That's
Eso es un caso. Ahora vamos a ir al segundo caso. Al próximo caso, disculpe.
the case from April 7th, we are charged with aggravated stalking in violation of a court order, strong arm robbery, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Se le acusa de acoso con agravantes, quebrantando una orden del tribunal. También se le acusa de robo a mano forzada y también se le acusa de agresión con un arma mortífera.
So on this case, there's probable cause on count one for violation Probable
En
cause.
este caso, su señoría determina que hay motivo fundado ante la primera acusación.
Done count one, $1,000.
$1,000, primera acusación.
There's probable cause for strong arm robbery.
Su señoría determina que hay motivo fundado ante la acusación de robo a mano forzada o forzosa.
That bond will be $7,500.
7.500 de fianza.
And count three, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
La acusación número 3, agresión con agravantes con un arma mortífera.
But what is that? For being hit by the door?
¿Qué fue eso? Que lo golpearon con una puerta.
No. So he proceeded to accelerate his vehicle as the victim was hitting the front windshield.
Procedió a acelerar su vehículo cuando la víctima golpeó el parabrisas.
I guess he hits the victim with the car. So count three, it's $5,000. Should be an aggravated battery, no?
Pero y golpeó a la víctima, así que la acusación número 3 sería $5,000, pero su señoría es de la opinión que debería ser agresión corporal con agravantes.
If he was getting out, I would do house arrest, total lockdown, but he has a hold, so he's not getting out.
Si él fuese a salir, yo le incluiría arresto domiciliario con el nivel más severo, que únicamente podría estar en la casa, pero no, él no va a salir.
And then the next case,
Y ahora en el próximo caso,
F257705 is a charge of aggravated stalking and battery.
ahora esta es la acusación de delito mayor de este año, numerada 7705, es de acoso con agravantes y battery, regular battery, ¿verdad?
Yes,
y agresión corporal de índole sencilla.
there's probable cause. He should have had at least one count of aggravated stalking, but it wasn't clear. Wasn't clear for each individual case, so it's just, I'll find probable cause for violation of a court order.
Lo que su señoría va a determinar en este caso, ya no cree que hubo motivo fundado para acoso con agravante, así que ella lo va a hallar, es motivo fundado por quebrantamiento por una orden del tribunal.
Violation of a domestic violence injunction on count one, it's $1,000 bond.
Por quebrantar un interdicto de violencia doméstica número 1, $1,000 de fianza.
Count two, battery is $1,000.
Número 2, agresión corporal, $1,000.
And you'll see your judge tomorrow, regarding Juveniles.
Y usted verá a su juez mañana con respecto a la orden de retención.
Okay.
Muy bien.
Going before Judge David Young tomorrow, in case any of the police officers wish to appear.
Usted va ahí ante su señoría el juez David Young mañana
At 9 a.m.
a las 9 de la mañana.
Okay. Next we have George Hernandez.
I need to pass him, Your Honor. He's a jail arraignment.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Isaiah Fenelon. Good afternoon, Mr. Fenelon. Sir, you were arrested for attempted strong arm robbery and battery. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. I need a minute to review the arrest affidavit for probable cause. So it's a pretty violent attempted strong arm robbery. Mr. Fenelon is 18. Does he have any juvenile trials?
Nothing that I'm aware of.
There's probable cause for attempted strong arm robbery and battery. You are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Jose Avila Arietta, no contact with the alleged victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone or through third parties. You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victims, his home, school, and place of employment at all times. Well, he was with two other juveniles when he did this, allegedly committed this crime. So I'm setting a bond. Count one, attempted strong arm robbery is $5,000. Count two, battery is $1,000. Good day, sir. Next, we have Joshua Stone on page 6. I'm also waiting for the victim to come in that other case. Miss Jackson's husband. If he's here, I'll call it a turn. Good afternoon, Mr. Stone. You were arrested for burglary to an occupied dwelling and criminal mischief. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So he's an old tenant trying to get back into the property. All right, so you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Ernesto Valdez. No contact with the victim either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home, school, and place of employment at all times, and stay away from his residence at 1052 Northwest 48th Street in Miami, Florida. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Yes.
Okay, I'm setting up count one is $7,500 and count two, criminal mischief. Not sure if there was a value for the damages for the cameras, though it's $150, count two. Have a nice day. Next is Robert Kohler, page 5, senior.
NBC.
All right, I'll reset it for tomorrow. You want me to in order to appear to get him here? I'll do it. You want to bring out the computer because we're starting to do.
Are they both here? Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Do you have anybody here now?
Yes, I have the both from jail arraignment. Alexandra Brown.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Brown. Good afternoon. So you were arrested for a case from yesterday. The charge is human trafficking, deriving support from the proceeds of prostitution, directing another to a place of prostitution. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. And you are also out on probation for a case. This would be a hold in for F174633B. Right, there's an assistant state attorney here, Ms. Baez. Ms. Baez, are you there? Did she leave? There you are.
Sorry about that, Judge.
Okay. Let me take a look at what's going on. I need a moment to review the arrest affidavit for probable cause.
Mr. Brown indicates he has funds for an attorney.
You have money to pay for a private lawyer, sir?
My mom does.
Yes.
Okay, so I can. You want me to keep the public, you're entitled to the public defender because it's based on your finances, not your mother's.
Correct.
You want me
That's fine.
You're staying on this, Corey.
Okay.
All right, I had a chance to review the arrest affidavit. Ms. Corey, is there any argument you would like to make regarding probable cause?
No, Judge, not this time.
Ms. You wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. In addition to probable cause and requesting of the nebia, the state would also highlight that the defendant is currently on probation for F-17-4633. So we would ask that a hold be placed on that case. He entered into a plea agreement for human trafficking of a minor and human trafficking of an adult and deriving support from the proceeds of prostitution.
Sir, I'm ordering that you stay away from the alleged victim whose initials are KS. No contact with the alleged victim, KS, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home, school, and place of employment at all times. Do you want me to order him to stay away from the location where this occurred, the International Inn, or no? Stay
Yes,
away,
Your Honor, that would be ideal.
stay away from the International Inn, the hotel over at 2301 Normandy Drive in Miami Beach, Florida. You're not allowed to go to that hotel or motel, and you must stay away from there. So I'm going to set a bond as follows. You didn't follow, oh, there's a motion. They filed a motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing pursuant to Florida statute 907.041. So as to count one human trafficking, that's a first degree felony, I'm going to grant the state's motion and hold you with no bond. Count two, there's probable cause for deriving support from the proceeds of prostitution. I'm not sure, why is that a first degree felony? It says 3+, I don't know what that means, is that, is it prior?
Correct, because of the plea agreement where he was already convicted of 2 counts of deriving support, Your Honor. And if Your Honor would like, I can share my screen with you for the plea agreement.
I see it on F-17-46.
That's the case.
Here's 2 counts he took a plea to. All right, so count 2. That's going to be $15,000 bond. Count 3. Directing another to a place of prostitution is a second degree misdemeanor. I'm setting that at $150 bond. All right, anything else? You want a nebia as well, so plus a nebia. Even though he's being held with no bond, I'm requiring a nebia for such time that you may get a bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you for coming.
Your Honor, you said with a Nebbia?
Yeah, they wanted Nebbia. Okay, so that case, we're all done with that case. What about George Hernandez? Is he there?
Yes, he's here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hernandez. You speak English.
English, yes.
So you were arrested for possession of a firearm, weapon, or ammunition by a convicted felon, possession of a firearm with an altered or removed serial number, armed possession of a controlled substance called methamphetamine, armed possession of alprazolam, and driving with a license suspended third or subsequent conviction. So I will appoint the public defender's office for you. And you review for probable cause. So there is probable cause for count one, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. That's a $7,500 bond. Count two would be the misdemeanor possession of a firearm with an altered or removed serial number, set that at $500. Count three, possession of a controlled substance, amphetamine, while armed. Let's see, outfit, is it amphetamine? And alprazolam. I see the methamphetamine. I don't see where it says alprazolam or Xanax.
This is 4 broken pills. The line after the, or just after the amphetamine.
Oh, there it is. Thank you. We're broken pills. All right, so count one, I'm sorry. Count three is $2,500. Count four is $2,500. And count five, there's probable cause $2,500. Have a good day, sir. So I passed, I passed two cases or one case, Angelina Jackson. Did any luck getting a hold of the victim?
Mr. Randolph, you there? If you're here on Zoom, you have to raise your hand, write in the chat, let us know.
Just my staff was reaching out to him again. Let me see what my
Mr. Marti, do not have any more Spanish speakers today. We're done pretty much. Thank you for your help. We're just waiting on this.
my staff says he's here on the Zoom call.
If the husband's here or boyfriend hands on Zoom, and we can promote him. What's he under?
I see a Samsung, a Motorola. I don't know if either of those are him. The iPhone.
No.
So if you can raise your hand, so we know you're there, we can promote you. There we go.
Okay, what is your name, sir?
So if you can unmute your microphone, turn on your video.
I didn't promote him. I want to know who it is first.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge.
What is your name, sir? Who are you? Is
Sorry, Randolph.
There we go.
that him? Okay, then I can promote him.
Staying attendant.
Sir,
Oh,
you have
joint panelist. I'm sorry.
to join as a panelist if you can. If you don't decline it, I'll do it again, but you have to accept
Okay,
it.
do it again. All right.
Thank you, sir. Did you join as a panelist or did you get disconnected? What happened? Gotta unmute and put on your video. There you go. Good afternoon, sir. Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
All right.
You're not driving it while we're talking. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you are going to give in this proceeding will be the truth? If so, state I do.
I do.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Just tell me your name.
My name is Jasari Randolph.
Are you afraid of Angelina Jackson?
Not at this time.
You want the court to enter an order requiring Ms. Jackson to stay away from you. You
No,
want-
not at this time.
Do you two live together?
Yes, we did.
What about now?
I mean, right now, she's where she is right now. That's why we don't live together.
Okay. When she's not in jail, is she staying with you?
Yes, we stay together.
All right. So you don't want to stay away with her? You want her to come back home?
I mean, depending on what happens in a situation. I mean, I might plan on leaving her, but I don't think she should be released at the time.
Do you think she should stay in jail?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you're afraid of her and you want to stay away with her?
I don't need a stay away order. But I mean, if
I
you want
think
to,
he's not scared of her, but
I'm not afraid of anything.
right.
But you want her to stay away from you.
At this present point in time, not necessarily, but at this present point in time, she has a problem with some instances in her life. Some illicit drug problems, and I think it's best for her like be in a program or some kind of situation like that because
Period is what you're saying.
that's
You say he wants her to get some treatment.
correct.
So, sir, did you need any kind of medical treatment from what happened in February?
What happened in February, I had a bunch of scars and gashes or whatever, but I told the police, I'm saying I'm more emotionally hurt than physically hurt.
But like, did you need stitches or anything?
I ain't need stitches.
You got any permanent scars?
Yeah, I got a few.
All right.
I got a few.
So we're like a little confused. I guess you want her to get some help.
Correct. But this
But
is the
You
reason.
still wanna, are you guys still in a relationship? You still want to be with her?
I mean, me and her have business dealings after the fact. She's into a lot of good things to promote the community and things like that. As far as like having a place for substance abuse and people to move away from being in an area where they abuse substances or whatever, so they can come and get themselves back together. It's like a tier program. So I mean, we do have future dealings.
She's got some history. She's been to prison. Looks like that was out of mostly Gainesville. Felon in possession, kidnapping, robbery, child neglect.
I'm still, Ms. Corey, do you have any questions for Mr. Randolph?
No, Judge, I would ask for a modified stay away order if he does not want a stay away order.
Sir, do you understand she can come home with the stay away order? If you live in the same home, there's nothing stopping her from coming back.
Well, yeah, then I guess we got to put that in
You want to stay away order? Okay.
for a second. If that's but I don't want to stop her from coming to the home. But I'm saying, are you saying you releasing her? This is what I'm trying to find out.
Well,
Judges
right.
may figure out how to release her and keep you safe.
Well, as I said, I don't think Well, if y'all want to release it, y'all release it, but I don't think it's safe for her, is what I'm saying.
Do you think she needs
Or-
like
I think
mental
she
health or
gotta
drug
fix it.
treatment?
Yes, drug
Okay.
treatment.
Ms. Court, does she have any benefits? Can we get her to a hospital?
If we can. If we can. It's a drug.
I'm doing it. What do we do? So what is she? I can't hear her. She's saying something.
I can't hear her either.
Oh, man, maybe that's a good thing. She went to the hospital. She has benefits.
Yeah, she has some kind of
Yes,
insurance.
to
I believe.
agree, sir. It's her choice.
Okay.
So Judge, Miss Jackson's willing to reset for tomorrow to see if we can get her into Southern Winds.
That works. That works.
Idea. So, sir, in the meantime, I'm gonna enter a stay away order, sir, so that we shall stay away from you as well.
Does he want that, Judge? It's not really clear that he wants that.
Yeah, it's not really necessary. I just wanted to get some kind of
That's all.
psychological, and some kind of help with drugs. That's it. That's the root of all this behavior. And I'm not willing to put somebody in a stupid situation just because a substance took control of their being. Period.
So you're okay with her having contact with you, not only non-violent?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I just talked to her earlier on a free call. It's not a problem.
So, ma'am, I'm going to enter a modified stay away order from the alleged victim whose initials are CR. You are allowed to have contact with the victim. You are prohibited from being physically threatening or violent towards him in any manner whatsoever. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs, and do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. So only friendly, nonviolent contact is permitted. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll reset both cases for tomorrow, see if she has hospital benefits. If she doesn't have hospital benefits, the public defender's office can always give her information on how to get some outpatient counseling. All right, sir.
All right.
Coming in.
Thank you, young.
So we'll see you tomorrow. I believe
Yes,
that's our afternoon calendar. I hope everybody has a very nice afternoon.
All right, you too.
Thank you. Take care.
All right.